Hello and welcome to this little webinar slash workshop, which is going to show you everything to do with ContextMinds, what you can do with it, how you can use it. So the goal of this is for you to come away with a better idea of what tools are at your disposal with this app, how to use them effectively to help you research, organize, brainstorm, and draft your content or your wider content structure. So we're going to go through the features, walk through a demo showing you how it's used, and then at the end we're going to finish off with a little Q&A where you'll be able to ask any questions you might have. So first of all, we're just going to introduce ourselves. So I'm Jack, I'm your host today, and like many of you here, I'm a freelance writer, and over the years I've worked for clients such as DotSquares and Dexerto. I'm also a teacher and a coach, so today I'm going to help guide you through this app. We also have with us Marek, who's the founder of ContextMinds. He has a PhD in ontology engineering for the semantic web, and it was his passion for knowledge visualization, that's a tricky word, which led to the creation of the ContextMinds app, which we'll be using today. So give a wave, Marek. I'm sure you can see him there. So if you have any questions throughout the webinar, if you put them in the chat or there's a Q&A function, either one's fine. Marek will answer those as we go along. So hopefully most of us already know a lot about SEO and how it works, but we're just going to briefly cover the basics just so we understand how we can use that in ContextMinds. So when we do SEO, we're usually making all sorts of content. There might be blogs, videos, emails, website content, social media, but they all have the same goal in common, which is to attract potential customers or to build a brand or to convince your audience into doing some action like buying a product or signing up for a service. So all content has the same goals in common. And in order to make sure that our content is effective at achieving that goal, we want to ensure we do a thorough job of preparing and planning with the following components. We want to make sure we research, organize, brainstorm, and structure our content or our strategy. So these are the four crucial components to creating content to make sure it performs well in search engine rankings in terms of SEO. And that's where ContextMinds comes in. So it combines the research and ideas part with the advantage of having an AI brainstorming partner to help you generate keywords and topic ideas. And it's not just for planning and research, but for organizing, brainstorming, and structuring our content. So it allows us to do all those key parts of content creation: research, organize, brainstorm, and structure, all in one app. And we're going to show you how to do that with a demo soon. Okay, so what we're going to do is run through the different features and come up with a content idea. So we're going to go straight into it. I'm just going to share my screen now. While I'm doing that, if we have any suggestions for what topic we might look at. Okay, so we need to come up with a topic that we're going to do a demo of. I'm going to just open up the floor for you guys to type in some suggestions for what we're going to do some research on. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so we can see here the main website. So if you're using it for the first time, you can click try it for free. Otherwise, if you're already logged in, you'll see this. Now I'm going to see if I can turn a pointer on. There we go. So you can see my mouse a bit clearly now. I've got a little red dot. Fabulous. Ooh, that's a good suggestion. Innovation strategy. Could do something about innovation. Okay, so if you've logged in, you would click New Map here. All right. And bear in mind, when you are creating a new map, if you type in the name, here you can type in the main topic and it'll already start generating some ideas for you. So what topic could we do? Ooh. Let's try innovation. Let's see what innovation brings up. Now here you have the option to make your map private or not. Okay, so I can set whether I want it to be private or I can leave it off, and that will share the ideas with the community. Other people can, it will come up in other people's search results, other people can search and find your map and use it. So you can keep it private or you can keep it public. I'll leave it public, okay, I like sharing. If you want, you can add a description or some tags. At the moment, I'm just going to leave those for now. So let's go with innovation. So this will open up the map. So let's have a look at what we are looking at. We've got 3 main sections. We've got this whiteboard here, the main area of the whiteboard. Okay, we have related concepts at the bottom here. And that's where the AI will continuously generate suggested ideas, keywords, topics as we go along. So this isn't static. This will change as we go along. You can see already, based on the title alone, we've already got some topics appearing based on innovation. And then on the right, we've got concept details. So this will populate with more things when we start to click on stuff, but it tells us more information, tells us how popular keywords are, any existing text and information on topics that we can use. Okay, simple as that. So let's start with the main topic. Let's put innovation. Now, I can either press the add button or I can drag stuff in. So it's nice and intuitive. I'm going to drag innovation in there. If you want to, you can actually drag more than one thing. So if I want to press this question, I'm on Mac, so I press Command. If you're on PC, you could press Control. And I could select more than one. So I'm going to select both these questions. Okay, I can let go and they're still selected, and I can drag both of these in. There we go. So I've already got some questions coming up. All right, so let's just start researching. Essentially, we're just going to see what it gives us. So already with innovation, we've got some potential questions that we might use in our content. So what does innovation mean? Okay, and it's giving us some different ideas here, maybe in different countries. What is innovation in business? So let's have a look. You can also see here, to go in a bit more detail on the section on the right, it shows you different metrics. So it shows you the search volume, the ranking difficulty, and then the source of those. So search volume's obviously important when you think about the keywords that you want to use in content. You want to think about how popular is it, and then difficulty is, how hard is it to achieve a high ranking in that search result. Basically, how much competition is there. So this one's not too bad, 84, and that would be out of 100. Okay, also comes up with more information on there. All right, so let's see what other topics we can come up with. So innovation, maybe we need to narrow it down to innovation, a particular and a particular topic in particular. So obviously there I just click load more and it comes up with many more suggestions. Okay, what is the role of technology innovation? Now we're starting to get somewhere, so we can look at technology innovation as well. Yeah, and as Mark said, so the green one is the general topic and the blue ones are keywords and questions from search engines. So let's look at this, technology innovation. Now I'm going to see if I can find, there we go, technological innovation. I'm going to drag that in as well. So what you can do here as well, if you want to start organizing these, you can press this. Now you can just type in something and add it as a little title if I want to organize it. And then I can group these up by dragging these together. Okay, if I want this to be my central point, I can also link. So I could link to a box, or I could link to an individual topic. I could link to the topic within the box. Okay, so there's multiple ways of doing links, and that's how you can start to organize what you're doing. So now and also you can zoom in and out. If you're getting a bit crowded, you can zoom in and out too. So let's have a look here. Technological innovation. So what might that mean? How might we make some content out of that? If we're looking at some questions, so what is the role of technological innovation in large corporations? That might be your general content idea. So it could be how innovation and technology have contributed to economic growth. Could be business models. So these essentially could be headings that you're putting within your content as well. So your overall topic might be technological innovation, and you might have individual topics within that. So we're getting all sorts of different ideas in here. Now, you could keep doing this for, half an hour, but I'm not going to, we're just going to use what we have for now, just for your benefit. So you're not, 'cause obviously when you're researching on your own, you could just spend ages finding as many keywords as you can. But for the benefit of this demo, we're just going to stick to this particular thing. So what you can also find on the right here is suggestions of more information. So you can dig a little deeper. So here we have things like service innovation is used to refer to many things. So these include, but not limited to, innovation in services, service products. So you've got some more information on this text on the right. Now I can pin this to the top. Okay, I can copy it and make a note. So if I come over here, click the 3 dots and add a note. Okay. So you can find more additional information. So yes, that's a good question as well. So when we search here, we can filter what we're searching for. So if we click on this filter, you can filter for personal. So that's concepts and topics created by you. Related topics, so that's the internal knowledge base. Community, so remember I said earlier when things were private or not private. So anything that's not private, that'll be the community. Including what people put in manually, what they find and what they link. And then trending questions and related keywords from search engines. So if I only want trending questions, okay, I can filter trending questions and keywords, I can filter that. So look, here if I filter only to keywords, only to questions rather, I've now only got questions in here. So now I can, drag multiple questions in. So that's one filter. You can also filter this on the notes as well. You can filter based on internal knowledge base. So again, you, community, Wikipedia, whether it's an article online, whether it's scientific literature, or whether it's automatically generated AI text as well. Can you limit by rank difficulty or search one? I'm not sure if that's a feature yet. Marek will be able to answer that. It's on the roadmap. Yeah, something on the way. It's a good suggestion though. It's definitely something that's on the way. So what we can also look at, so if we click on the cog, so someone spoke about filtering or choosing a target country. So if we click on the cog here we have search scopes. So that's the filter we went on earlier. See, it's still on questions. Okay. Now, you can also target a specific country. So as I'm in the UK, I've targeted the UK, but you could target any of these countries here. Okay, so this affects the keywords and the questions, not the related topics. They're currently always in English, but the plan also on the roadmap is to add more languages. So if, for example, we had someone, if you're in the US, you could set that to US and press done. And then these would then look for US related topics as well. If we go back to this, there's also a couple of cool features. There's auto link, automatic adding of relations when a new concept is added, and straight links. So it makes these links here straight lines rather than curvy ones. So whatever your preference is, you can do it like that. Now, with this, it's so flexible to how you want to use it. So if you want to, use it like this and have a group and these be subheadings, that's fine. If you want to, do it in a different way and link them together, so you might link one thing to the other as a sort of roadmap, that's also fine. You could format it like that. If you wanted to almost add comments to something, so you might say, like you might want to say that's a core idea. Like you might link that to that almost like a comment. There's so much flexibility with this, which is really cool. Okay, so we've covered a lot of features already. So we've been able to find keywords, find questions, do our research. we've been able to organize these questions. And then once you've got all that, you can sort of come up with a strategy. So, this might be a roadmap of headings. You might want to say, if I created a box that said article and put it here, and I move these into that box, like so. So that might be one article. This might be another article. This might be another one. You could then link these boxes and say, this is the order you're going to do it. Kind of linked it on itself, but you get the idea. All those kind of things. So once you've done all that, you're going to want to share it. Okay, so with your ideas mapped out, you might want to share it with stakeholders, colleagues, clients, the community. Now, if you press the share button up here, the big green button with the link, you can send a link directly to the map. So you can copy it, paste it in an email, wherever, on a Slack, wherever you want to send it. And anyone with a link can explore the map in read-only mode without having to log in. So you can send it to anyone, even if they don't have the app. They can still read it and look at it. If they do log in, they can create a copy, edit it, and send it back to you with their own ideas and edits as well, which is really cool. Or if you press the gear button and click Map Actions, you can also share it in a variety of different ways. So you could export it as text, you could create a PNG, a PDF, or a vector. So you could easily illustrate your ideas in a pitch, an email, in a strategy meeting on Zoom, in a PowerPoint presentation if you're going back to the office. However you want to do it, you can, export it and it will come up in a really cool visual way. So you can create your visual ideas and then present them. The power of visualization is so important. People tend to pick up the ideas much better than if you were listing all of these as bullet points. So it's a really cool way of sharing your ideas as well. And with all that, all these maps automatically get saved. Yeah, you see that? It's automatically saving. So you don't have to worry about losing things. And if it's saved, you can always come back to it later, reuse previous content ideas, refer back to different ideas, and adapt them. Okay. So not only can you create your own maps, but you can find other people's. So if I go back to the main page, up the top is a search bar. So if I click on the search bar, I can search public maps. Okay, here we go. So I can click on that. So if I want to type in innovation, see what anyone else has done, maybe someone else has made one. Oh. Various things coming up. So someone's made a map here. So this is a public map. They haven't made it private. I can open it up and see what they've done. So this is quite cool. And they've made some notes as well. So they've tagged on some notes about deliverables. So you can see here, this is about I think it's about communication design, and they've linked deliverables. And you can see how they've formatted it. How they've chosen to do it is, you might want to group these up, but they've included deliverables, the definition of deliverable, what it means, and so on. So they've made notes, tagged particular keywords and topics. Okay, so you can see how other people have done it. And that's what I love the most about ContextMinds, is you can not just make your own things, but you can share it with a whole community of people also coming up with ideas. And it's saying that because it's not saved, and I don't want to save it, so I'm just going to leave. So even if you accidentally press back, it's not the end of the world if it hasn't auto-saved yet, because it will give you a little warning. Okay. So we've covered, let me just check, I think we've covered all the key features. As I say, like even on here, I can share the map, I can delete the map, change the map settings from here. If I want to make it private afterwards, I can make it private. So you can see all your previous maps here. You can sort them. So if they're alphabetical or the last time you edited them, So you can always go back and find your old maps. Okay, and that's where the pro version comes in as well, because you can do a few more things with it as well. So let me just check if I haven't missed anything at all. I think I've covered most things. I mean, you can make this bigger, you can read more, you can scroll down, you can copy more things in. On here as well, you can see the question volume and the keyword difficulties. So yeah, start putting your questions in. If there's any questions about, if there's anything you think I haven't covered or anything you'd like to know about this app, anything you want to know if you can do in it and how you might do it. I'm hoping this has given you a good idea of, what is in there. A demo on bicycle niche. Oh yeah, let's go for it. I'll do a very quick one for you, Rakesh. So if you want to do something on bicycles, right? New map, bicycles. Boom, straight away. Coming down here, you're going to have different bicycle things come up. So, if I click on bicycle, you can see search volume, ranking difficulty, 99. Obviously, the word bicycle on its own is going to be very tricky. So you would want something a bit more niche. So you might ask about, okay, was it invented or infrastructure, or whatever you do with it, you're going to have to pick or try and come up with a niche. You want to narrow it down, and this applies to any kind of research you do. Is you try and narrow down your topic, and this is what ContextMinds can help you with as well. You've got the difficulty, so you want something that's a bit more narrowed down. So even this, when was it invented? You're already, you're talking about the history of the bicycle. You're already narrowing it down. Difficulty goes down. Okay, so that that might be how you do it. And I could even type that in: history of the bicycle. That could be an interesting article, interesting topic. So when was it invented? Okay, what was the inspiration? Okay, could be. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking who invented it, and if I can't see it there, I can just type it in: who invented the bicycle? There we go. So yeah, and you just carry on from there. So does that make sense, Rakesh? I can even write. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna put it in the chat, and you can carry on where I've left off. How about that? So you can use that map already. I've shared that really quickly, and you can start using that and make your own copy, as long as you're logged in, of course. Is this meant to replace some SEO research tools or complement them?
Maybe I can take this one.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can use ContextMinds to start to get the initial directions, get some initial content ideas, and then you can continue in other tools. For example, you can go to Phrase.io from ContextMinds, where ContextMinds gives you some initial ideas, and then you work on a specific article focused on a specific keyword in Phrase.io. Or I would say you can definitely replace Google Keyword Planner with ContextMinds. You don't have to go there, but there are still some tools that you can use as the next step in the process, like Phrase.io, or if there are some of the AI writer tools like Jarvis, or they are called Jasper AI now, I think. So for example, I do this, I create an outline in ContextMinds, and then I go to Jasper AI, and it helps me to write then. But I already have the outline, so I know what to write next. And the other tool helps me with the specific sentences. as you can see, when I'm speaking, I'm not so good in coming up with good sentences. So that's what helps.
That makes sense. And also, you know what you're searching for. So if you come up with the outline in ContextMinds and then you go to another app, you already know exactly what keywords you're going to put in or what things you're going to search for. And it never hurts to use other things as well. It would only make your content stronger. But ContextMinds will just help you get started, help you come up with the ideas. Whereas imagine if you didn't have this mind map in ContextMinds, you'd just be researching a lot of different keywords on those websites and not necessarily keeping a track of all your ideas. So it would help you be more organized and more efficient when you're searching. Yeah, good question. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Again, if you have any more questions, you can send Marek an email. And hopefully we can see some of you again soon. Any issues with the app, same thing. You can use the help button on the app website, the little question mark, or contact Marek. So hopefully you all found this really helpful, and hopefully now you'll be able to go and make some awesome content of your own using ContextMinds. So thank you, everybody.